Hello. Now we continue our Othello. Scene now we are going to deal with the 2 and unit number 75. What was the last stage that we saw? Brabantio on the one hand, Roderigo on the other hand, Iago supporting, and Othello is now becomes victim of judgment, and he is now in front of Duke, and the Duke is totally unaware of the matter. But Brabantio telling Duke that something has happened and his daughter is being stolen, and out of a shock Duke ask, and Brabantio telling that this man has nothing to say but only treachery and lechery follows. Brabantio telling nothing but this is so, what happened is so, no more explanation needed, my lord. He is the treacherous fellow that he has taken my daughter, and no more story to be told, he would say. Duke normally asking Othello, what is the real story behind it? What do you want to say? What do you have to say? Then Othello, in a very elaborate way, explains how he was, attracted by Desdemona. Othello, most potent and grave and reverend seniors. Seniors means respected people, or respected Sir Duke. He is in front of the Duke addressing, and the Duke is supported by so many other people. So they are in the just like in a very palace-like mansion, and now Duke is thinking about how Turkmen, Ottoman people begin to attack Cyprus, and how he can block it. In the meanwhile, Brabantio's story, Desdemona's story is happening there, and it is quite unnatural. What is happening now? Quite unnatural. Othello saying most potent and grave. Potent means powerful, most powerful Duke, and grave means serious. And you are respected seniors, my very noble and approved good masters. I consider you are noble good masters, because you are the provider of our food. You are the master of our life. So addressing Duke, Othello calling, you are very grave and noble master, that I have taken away this old man's daughter. Everybody is allegating me. Everybody raises a lot of allegations against me. I have taken his daughter, this old man's daughter. So we can understand Brabantio is considered to be old man here. People say, and everybody, our Brabantio himself says that I have taken his daughter. It is most true, sir. Underline. It is most true. I do not disapprove it. I do not cancel it. What he says is true. I have taken. All right. It is most true, my lord. Not only taking her, my lord, I have married her. Underline. I have married her. The very head and front of my offending, the very head and front, underline, very head and front means major point, the main point they are telling of my offending hath this extent no more rude am I in speech. I am not that much rude in my speech, my lord. I am very plain that I would answer whatever questions you are talking to me, and a little blessed with the set. Blessed means gifted with set and gentle phrase of peace. For since these arms of mine have 7 years pith. He is addressing the Duke and telling, you know, my lord, my hands are very powerful. My hands are very powerful. I have a masculine strength. I am powerful soldier, and I have 7 years pith. 7 years pith means probably considering about the seniority or the service in the army. So I have 7 years experience, powerful experience in the army. That till now some 9 moons wasted, almost 9 moons here, months. I have wasted here. I have come to Venice. Almost 9 moons means 9 months over. That they have used their dearest action in the tent field. And during these days and these months, I have been totally worried about the battles and whatever battles I can do for Venice. So I know that I am a powerful man. I know that I am a masculine man. But in between, I have to do so. I have to marry. Tended field, little of this great world can I speak, more than pretense of years. And understanding my quality, understanding my way of action in the battlefield, that you can really ask me any question that I should be answerable. I can answer you because you are my Lord. Therefore, little that I can speak agrees in my cause. In speaking for myself, I will round unvarnished. I have no indirect method of talking. I have no practice of indirect method of talking. I would talk and I would tell you whatever it is very plain, that I can tell you very deliberately that I have done a real thing, that I married her. Till deliver on my whole course of love with drugs and what charms, what conjuration, what might be magic. These people put allegations that I have made so many charms and conjurations, what you call black magic, that I have done against to Brabantio and family, to attract his daughter. Mighty magic, that I won his daughter. This is absolutely wrong, my lord. I have no idea about black magic. I have no idea about these conjurations. I did not do any charming activity. But the thing is different. You do not believe so. I am a very simple man. Though I belong to Venetian army, I have to be answerable before you. Really, I want his daughter. I want his daughter directly, not indirectly. My lord, please trust me. I have not done any mistakes. I have done not any conjurations. I have not done any black magic. I have not done any charms to attract her. I want her love in the direct way. Brabantio got angry. Brabantio, a maiden never bold of spirit, so still and quiet. My daughter I know, my lord. Brabantio telling, my lord, I know my daughter. She is very quiet. She is very, very simple. And she has a bold spirit. I don't believe without doing any conjuration or black magic, my daughter would go behind this black man. How can it be possible, sir? I know my daughter thoroughly. I know my daughter. She won't do such a bloody things. Blushed at herself. She is very innocent. She is very quiet and she is blushed. Blushed, you know that just like what we call Nananguningi. She is a blushed girl. How can this blushed girl or our innocent quiet girl, very primary rosy girl, could go behind this black man? How can it be possible? Blushed herself, she is in spite of nature. Nature. And her nature, you know, her nature here means nature of years. What does it mean, nature of years? She is only not at the time of really marriageable age. She is below that. How this girl can be attracted? She is not real in the spite of years of country, credit, everything, to fall in love with this. She feared to look on. My Lord, you just watch my daughter's face, very innocent. My Lord, you watch this black man's face. He shows a very fearful face. Look. മുഖം കണ്ടാൽ തന്നെ പേടിക്കും. ഇങ്ങനെ പേടി തോന്നിക്കുന്നവൻ്റെ പിന്നാലെ എങ്ങനെ എൻ്റെ മകൾ പോകും? Brabantio asking. How to fall in love with what she feared to look on? കണ്ടാൽ പേടിക്കുന്ന മനുഷ്യൻ means he is black and almost 6 and 7 feet height. His lips are totally, thick. And how can it be possible? My daughter, very innocent, very primary rosy typed girl, how can she go behind this black moor? You just tell me. I strongly trust me, Lord, he has done some black magic. I strongly believe, my Lord, he has done some, he has given some drugs for my daughter. Otherwise, my daughter would not go. It is a judgment. It is a judgment maimed and most imperfect that will confess perfection. So wanderer against all rules of nature. How can it be possible, my daughter, who is going against all the rules of the nature and must be driven to find out practices of cunning hell? This is a conspiracy. I strongly believe that some conspiracy has been done against my daughter. I know this is not the propitious time to interfere, my Lord, because you are under the inhibition of a war. But a father's spirit and a father's love cannot be hidden, because I have only one daughter. So this should be blocked and my precious daughter to be returned to me back. My Lord, you take action against it. You arrest this man and put him in jail and take my daughter back. It is the great thing that you can do for me. Against rules of the nature must be driven to find out the practices of cunning hell. Practices of cunning hell means conspiracy. He might have done some black magical conspiracy. Why this should be either for vouch again, assert again, that with some mixtures powerful to the blood. This black man coming from Africa might have used some mixture, concentrated drugs to slowly attract my daughter. That everybody knows nowadays drug using, that ladies even are influenced by drugs in metropolitan cities and they are behind gundas to collect. And what is this now going down? Because of the quite abnormal life they lead. That is the problem. So a desperate father like Brabantio telling what? She might have been given some drugs, my Lord. This man has you believe that you cannot believe that this man is coming from Africa. He knows a lot of black magics. He might have used some intoxicated drugs. Might be the reason. Otherwise, I strongly trust my daughter would not go. I therefore vouch again that with some mixtures powerful to the blood, with some damps conjure to their effects, he wrote upon her. Wrote means worked upon her. There is no evidence needed. There is no evidence needed, because this man attracted her by doing some indirect things. Duke, to vouch this is no proof. without more certain and more over test. These are the thin habits, poor likelihoods of modern seeming you prefer against him. Duke says what? To vouch this there is no proof. Brabantio, please understand what he has used vouching like giving drugs and all that. Do you have any proof? Have you got any proof for that? Without more certain, more vouch test, without any evidence, how can we make a judgment? These are thin habits. They are already bare dark sides of the life, and they are not considered to be real proof. Poor likelihoods, prohibitions. We find a lot of prohibitions of modern seeming prefer against him. First senator interfering. But Othello speak. Do you by indirect and forced course subdue poison that you made affections? First senator asking, my lord Othello, tell me, have you used any poison? Have you used any drugs to attract her? Subdue any poison that affections of came by request of such a fair question, soul to soul effort with? Have you done any indirect things to attract her? First senator asking. Othello, I do beseech you. Beseech you means implore you. Send for the lady to Segitar. What does it Othello say? My lords, whatever I say, unless you believe me, you can send somebody to call her. She is in Segitar. She is with me. She is now staying in the Segitar. Segitar means inn. That is a possible inn there. And now she is there in the house. You can call her here. We can ask her directly. Send for the lady to Segitar, underline Segitar inn, and let her speak of me before her father, underline. What Othello says? If you do not believe me, please call her here. She is there in the Segitar. Let her come and speak herself in front of you and her father. Then things will be okay. If you do not believe me what I say, let her speak herself. You send somebody to call her. If you do find me foul in her report, if she says, I am responsible for this matter, otherwise if she tells me that I did something, some mistakes against it, and if she finds the fault with me, that trust this office, I do not hold of you, not only take away, but let your sentence even fall upon my life. As a soldier, I can recommend you, put on me any type of sentence, even sentence to my life. Means you give me death capital punishment. I don't worry. But she should report you in front of her father, that I am responsible for this matter. If she finds any fault with me, I am ready to face any consequences. Not only take away, but let your sentence even fall upon my life. Fall upon my life. Duke, yes, fetch a Desdemona here. Hither means here. Duke ordered. Court is now going to Segitar to bring her here. 2 or 3 attendants move towards the door. Othello to Iago, ancient, conduct them you best though. Now the place. Othello giving direction to Iago. Iago, you know the way to Segitar. Send these 2 people directly to Segitar. Bring her here. Exwend and attendants and Iago. Othello continues. Still she came faithful as to heaven till her moment of arrival here. I could explain more. As faithful as to heaven, I do confess the vices of my blood. I have done so many mistakes in my life. Since I became a soldier in the army, I have done so many mistakes and sins. But in this matter, my Lord, I have not done any mistake. So justly, correctly, to your grave years I will present how I did thrive in the fair lady's love. How I attracted her, because you are now in the confusion that as Bribancho reported that I did some mistakes. I have done some conjurations. I have sent her some drugs. But I would say what really happened. Then in which way she began to love me. And she in 9, I did thrive with the fair lady's love. How did I obtain this fair lady's love? That I would explain more. She in mine, Duke, say it, Othello. Okay, explain. You are at freedom. Explain. Then Othello begins to explain how he attracted her, how she became a real pygmy size of darling towards Othello, how this Desdemona was attracted to him. Now Othello begins to elaborately telling a story that whenever he got a chance, he is coming to this Bribancho's house because he was a welcoming guest in her house, in this man's house, and he used to tell lot of bombastic battles in which he participated. Whatever he goes, all these stories of victory, all the stories of participation in battlefield, our Desdemona used to listen in a different way, and slowly Desdemona developed a type of worship and adoration towards our Othello, and it made her fall in love with him. This is the story now going to happen. What is Othello wants to talk into the public? Let us wait and see in the next class.